my gosh. See,
Yeah.
I'm in Utah and we had 77. And I mean, that's comfortable, but we're about ready to drop 30 degrees tomorrow. And
Oh no.
I, oh yeah, I always say if you don't like the weather in Utah, just give it about 5 minutes and it'll change. So it fluctuates minute to minute,
Oh,
but yeah, it's crazy. But 99 is a little toasty already, um,
yeah,
but
but
I'll
that's
take that
okay.
over 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All
Okay.
right. Well, my beautiful friend, how can I help you tonight?
Well, I've just been kind of wondering about my career path, and
Okay.
is it on the right track?
Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. I use cards really as kind of a guide or a tool, and I ultimately I'll listen and trust my gifts, as I call, or abilities. And so the cards for me come into play as just kind of a visual validation of what my gifts are showing me. And
Uh-huh.
so I've been drawn to the number 7 today, and I do use numerology in my readings. And the number 7, obviously, for many people, it's a lucky number. Um, it's also a very common number that people use, or it's a very common favorite number. Um,
Uh-huh.
Here's what I love about your question, and where I feel like even the 7 comes into play. Um, this year, so 2023, if you add up 2, 2, and 3, it equals 7. And
Uh-huh.
this this year is the year of very much that lucky energy. But that energy is going to be dependent on you and what you put out there. So
Uh-huh.
uh, this is really that year of manifestations, things coming
Uh-huh.
um, to light. It's the year of letting things go that are no longer serving you. And
Uh-huh.
so when I see your career path and some of the signs I'm getting and the visions, and then I pulled a card for you, and the deck I'm using is the chakra deck, and I also do Reiki. So when I do energy work, um, each chakra has a color, and you happen to pull. I mean, this card's perfect for, I would say, your question. And you pulled this 4 of coins. I'll show it on my Facebook here because they put that out there and post it. It's a beautiful green. Now, a coin represents something of value to you, and the color green is your heart chakra. So this tells me, and this is where it's validating my visions, that your career, um, ultimately, I feel if you were to go back, let's say 5 years ago, going into the past, if you could see yourself 5 years ago now, you would be like, oh my gosh, this is nowhere near where I thought I'd be heading. But
Uh-huh.
I feel that your quote unquote coin, so what is of value to you, your values have changed. So now
Uh-huh.
your coins, what is of value to you, is more centered with your heart, that heart chakra. Um, and the way I kind of see this, just example, let's say 5 years ago, you thought, gosh, you know what, I am career minded. This is, I want to be an executive. I've gone to all this schooling, and, I want to be this beautiful title. And then we fast forward to today, or let's say just in the last 5, 6 months. And now you look and think, that's not of value to me anymore. Now, what's of value to
Mhm.
me is my purpose. What is my purpose? And I feel for
Mhm.
you, um, what I see career wise for you, and these changes I see coming this year, and the things that you are going to manifest, and also the things you are going to release, are really going to fulfill that soulful cup. Your beautiful purpose is really going to start to blossom. Um, and so I feel that, and some of this I can tell you that I'm really drawn to, is that you are a healer, and that's where I say when I heard your voice in the beginning, you're
Mhm.
very healing, optimistic, um, energy that you put out there is really starting to
Mhm.
come back and is paying off. So um, I do feel that, and this is kind of where I will explain to people what a healer is. In my mind, a healer is someone who is meant to help others. Um, a lot of healers are your nurses and your doctors, um, you know, anybody in the medical field, anybody
Mhm.
that is a teacher, a therapist, even cosmetology, doing your hair and makeup, things like that, because you are helping someone feel better. And that
Mhm.
fills up that cup. So, your question is, where's this career path heading? I would not hold any, um, I would not hold back on any opportunities that are coming that you possibly would say, well, gosh, I just don't know if this is a right fit, because I do feel like,
Ah,
does that make sense?
something's just yes, yes. Yeah,
Perfect.
something's just come up at work, and I've just the last couple of days been like, "Ow, I don't know."
Yeah,
Now I know.
that exactly. And now it's going to step you out of your comfort zone, right? It's something
Uh-huh.
that I
Yeah.
feel your past self maybe would not have even maybe entertained, but I
Right.
do feel like this is going to just open up more doors and more opportunity. But more importantly, I really do feel for you, Dawn, is going to help you feel more fulfilled. And that is what I feel is most important. So,
Mhm.
um, your coins, what is of value? It has changed, and now you just are evolving, and now you just have to trust, like what I said earlier. Oh my gosh, that fits perfect. The affirmation for this week says everything
Yes.
happens according to divine timing for the best results. If that can't fit
Mhm.
more perfect, um, I just, here is where I love when the universe is like, here's your sign. You know? Um, so without a doubt, with all of my gifts and my whole being, I would say definitely step out of your comfort zone, and definitely jump all in,
Okay.
100%. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, and as
That's
they say,
so
keep your.
awesome.
Oh, I'm excited for you. Um, and what I was gonna say is, it's like they say, keep your hands and your feet inside the ride. It's gonna be a beautiful, um, crazy ride. But at
Mhm.
the end of that ride, you will feel so amazing and fulfilled. So I I'm excited for you. I really am. I
Thank
think this
you.
is gonna be amazing. No, you are
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank
You
you
are
so much.
welcome. No, it's my
So awesome.
pleasure. And oh, I love it. Well, you enjoy that beautiful Arizona. hot weather, and
Okay.
um, I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. And it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank you, my friend. You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Perfect. All right. I love it. So we'll take the next caller. I love that we're able to Kara in Florida. Hi, Kara.
Hi, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am great. I have never done anything like this before, so you're. I don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, welcome. I kind of feel like that I the um, the unknown can be nerve wracking. Um, the vulnerability can be uncomfortable. But what's really what I love is what I was just mentioning to my last caller is that it's all divine timing. So you, I have to trust that you were brought my way for a reason, and I feel privileged to be um, doing your reading for the first time. So it's a pleasure. I'll just say that it's really cool. Um, so when you say you've never done this, is it that you've never called in to do a reading or altogether?
Yeah. Well, I had an affirmation reading done a while back, but I've never called in to do anything like this before.
Okay, okay, I love it. Well, I promise I will be gentle. I will make it the best comfortable experience I possibly can for you. Um, now, um, I want to kind of just say too, really quickly, that the way I do my readings is ultimately trusting my gifts, and my gifts really are the ability to see and hear and feel and know things that maybe others don't. Um, and also tapping into my mediumship abilities. So, the ability to connect with your loved ones in the spiritual world. And so I leave all of these gifts per se open. And so when I do my readings on my podcast here, people will call in and they'll have a specific topic or, whatever may be, like my last caller wanting to know about her career. So, then we ultimately, I put all my energy into that particular
Okay.
subject. Um, so we can really just go with whatever comes. And I just say that we trust that whatever's meant to be is meant to be. Or if there's a specific topic, then, we can do that as well. Whatever.
There is a specific topic. There is a specific topic. My mother.
Okay.
My mother
Okay.
passed 3 years ago.
Okay. Okay. All right, my friend. Well, you have um, definitely, feel that you've been brought to me for a reason. Now, my mediumship abilities, I have been practicing for about 27 years, and I still use the cards, but I only use them, like I said, as a guide or a tool. So I pulled a card for you already, and so I'm going to uh, incorporate it with your reading a bit. Um, but I'm going to quiet my mind for a moment and see if we can't pick up on anything from mom. And so if you hear a silence, know I'm here, just
Okay.
beginning to let them know in the spiritual world that I'm ready. Okay. Now, before I actually open this up even more, I am always drawn to numbers and um, numerology in my mediumship readings is very important. And the number 7 has been very strong today. Do you connect with 7 with your mom or you? This can be.
No, there's not a significance that I can think of for the number 7.
Okay, that no worries. Keep in mind, just so you're aware, 7 for me, the way I connect is going to be the month of July, the 7th of a month, any month, January through December. 7 can also be 7 years ago. So there can be. Now, I'm not saying that the 7 I got earlier is connected necessarily with your mom or with you. I do readings even continued after tonight, so it can be connected there. Okay, so I'm gonna just focus for a moment here. Okay. Okay, so the card that I pulled, I'm going to show it on my Facebook here, and if anyone goes back and watches on YouTube or Facebook, um, is it's the Hanged Woman, which I find is interesting because the other decks I have are generally the Hanged Man. Interesting enough, you pulled a card that's the Hanged Woman, and we're wanting to hopefully try to connect with your mom. The card is just beautiful. These are chakra colors, and the color here is representing the third eye. The third eye, when that third eye or the pineal gland is open, it is where you are able to connect with things that are unworldly. So, but that's where a lot of mediumship gifts really come from, if you will. Um, I can't look at this as a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences anyways, but I have to think, okay, this has got to be a sign from your mom. Because out of that whole deck of mine, 70-some cards, you happen to pull a card that is very specific to a female. Now, first off, I do want to say that I am sorry for the loss of your mom. Um, I lost my mom 10 years ago, so I definitely know a little bit of what that pain is like. And as I'm feeling the energy change in my room here, I there is a connection that is like no other that I am getting. I've done this a long time, and I feel if this is mom, um, she's showing me a lot of similarities of what my relationship was like with my mom. Were you very close with your mom?
Yes, I was.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. I was as well. I was also, or I say, I am also the only girl. My mom had no other girls.
I am as well.
Perfect. Isn't this? I love it. So again, these are all beautiful connections that your mom is starting to show me. Now, so I know that I just kind of tell you a little bit. I could back up for a moment, but when I open my mediumship abilities and I welcome any souls that walk within God's white light to come through, to use my energy, to channel, I ask that they give me very specific validations. I always say I don't want anything vanilla. I want it to be very specific. Um,
Hmm.
and so when I say what I'm going to say next, I know this is common, but know that she's very adamant that she let you know that she is, without a doubt, she does connect with you um, through butterflies and hummingbirds. She's shown me both. So now you're in Florida. Um, I don't know much about what kind of birds and whatnot you get there, um, but I feel that she needs you to know that the connection between those two really is validating her presence. So keep that in mind, okay?
Okay.
She, okay. Uh, can I ask? She is showing me. Um, she's saying if this is mom, which I feel we do have mom, but she's showing me that um, she did struggle with an illness. She had some issues um, before her passing, and then she
Yeah.
shows me. Okay, and then she shows me that, and she's saying that she was misdiagnosed. There was a misdiagnosis. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And but she says that that there was no reason to hold any accountability or blame, because she's, I was showing all the symptoms and signs of the particular one that they thought I had, and this was just um, kind of left field, if you will. And she says that she, um, was showing so many signs that made sense for both. And she, hmm, okay, she also, she does, my producers tell me I got about a minute. So, and your mom's a talker. Oh my goodness, she's very much coming through. But if anything, if we have to cut short though, for you, Kara, please, if you can, email me or reach out to me. And I do want to finish the rest of your reading for free. But I do want to tell you that your mom, if anything, says you have got to know the gratitude and how much she just appreciated the sacrifices that you made for her. Do you understand that?
I do.
Perfect.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny with Eleanor Gray. Live from GraceDestiny.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Eleanor Gray's Psychic Destiny
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello and welcome to Eleanor Grace and my Psychic Destiny show here on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So how lucky we are to have our broadcasters go across the world to really showcase psychic talent and ability, and to be able to connect to you and to do some free readings as well. So welcome to the show. I'm going to be using Victorian cards again here tonight. They're so popular. I say tonight because it's 7 p.m. in London in the United Kingdom, which is marvelous. So here we have the cards. You can see as well that you have lots of Victorian pictures. So they really do make a difference. It just gets right to the heart of the matter. And to complement my Victorian cards here tonight, today, I know it's the morning and the afternoon over there in the USA. So here we go. I'm using as well my amethyst crystal. I'll bring it straight into shot there. And you can see that we're looking at all of those wonderful hues, aren't we? Those violet shades. The amethyst is a traditional healing stone, gemstone, and this is a pure rock crystal. So I'll be bringing the amethyst as well into view here during your readings, and that's very important because we can look at some of those elements that are around you that are so very, very special. So let's have a look at some of the cards, angel cards as well. These are oracle cards. These are really nice, and I like to use these just to give you a message, I suppose, at the end of each of your readings, and these show a lot of intent. For example, you can get really great images like this one, which show abundance to come into your life. So that's really a connection card. As well as the angel cards, we also have a pendulum here, and just my microphone there. The pendulum is rose quartz. This one is particularly good in really answering a question. So if anybody comes through tonight with a particular question, we're not going to send you into a trance, don't worry, but we are going to use the pendulum, which can drop just really nicely here onto a card and bring you some very, very powerful connections and answers to your questions as well. So, how many of you have been meditating recently? Because meditation is really important to help quieten your mind in psychic development and also in wanting to manifest some of your wishes and dreams, making things come true for you. And we will be talking about this over the next few weeks as well, particularly as we're going into May. And we've got a busting month in May with different presenters here on A1R. But also I will be promoting my email readings, which are particularly for America. So we're through to Deborah now. Hello there, Deborah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can, loud and clear. That's what we say, isn't it, on the show? Okay.
I don't get the best service.
Pardon? You don't get the best service, no?
Yeah, well, I'm in the mountains, so it's.
Are you?
service
Oh,
isn't
wow.
always wonderful.
Oh, wow.
But as
I'm
long as
sure.
you can hear me.
Yes, I can. I'm sure that the mountains are amazing and wonderful. I'm on the outskirts of London. We don't have any mountains here, so no, definitely not. Let me just shuffle some of your cards here, Deborah. And
Okay, thank you.
I'm shuffling now while I'm connecting to you and connecting to your voice. So just say stop when you feel ready, please.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Let's just cut the cards. What's your favourite section? Go for 1, 2, or 3. Let's have a look. 1, 2, or 3, Deborah.
2.
Okay, right down the middle. I like that. Like that. Okay, well, yes, this is a picture of you in the mountains. Here you are. There's your card. It shows you sort of with lots and lots of greenery around you, and also a sense of isolation as well, where you're wanting to reflect back on your life and think about things that are going forward into the future. But you're not alone. There's lots of people that think you're great. You are very popular. I can see that here, and you have youngsters around you as well. So I would expect that you'll be having a celebration quite soon with some young people, maybe young family members, your own family members as well. And you will be reaching for a new proposition. That's what I have for you. So you're really wanting to strive out now and create something very, very special for yourself. And that, I think, gives you a sense of pride in yourself and also some activity. So I think a project is very much in front of you. And I think you do need to actually do something. I think there's a need that you have. It's not work, it's not day to day stuff. This is making your mark. Really being able to understand what your place is in the world, what your role has been here on this earth, and what it continues to be. So I feel that that's very powerful inside you, that you've got passion in your heart here, Deborah, and that you really want to try to make a difference. Is that true? Is that how you feel?
Yes, actually it is. I'm also waiting on a job offer that I've been waiting for a couple of weeks.
Ah, it's a
So
long
I've
time.
had that on my mind. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
that that comes through for me.
Well, I think this is part of the reflection and waiting and, coming to a conclusion as well as to where you're going next. It's a difficult one, isn't it, when you're sort of up in the air, just waiting for news, and yet you've got the Ace of Pentacles here. This is about usually a job offer with money attached to it, resources, earned income. So I certainly feel that you've got a new beginning. I
Oh,
feel
good.
as well, yeah, I think that you've been a bit disappointed in the past with previous efforts, and I can see that you
I
have
have.
made, yeah. It's like sometimes it just doesn't fit. And what I've noticed, particularly since the pandemic, is that employers are reaching out there and saying that these wonderful jobs are on offer, and then
Right.
none of them are coming to fruition. And I think that's what your experience has been. I don't think it's been you, Deborah. I feel that it's been the society or the system sort of not really wishing to commit to employ people, but perhaps actually getting an awful lot of information via the interviews. That seems to be what's happening here in the UK. I don't know whether it's
And you
the same
do you
over
see
there.
this job coming through for me?
Yeah, I do. You've got the Ace of Pentacles. So let's have a look at when you will hear. I think that's important. Yeah, you've got the High
When I was
Priestess as
where?
well. The High Priestess is really bringing in competition for you. There
Okay.
it must have been quite a few people going for this, but then you've got choices as well. You've got the lovers there with choices. So I do feel that you'll be offered either the job that you have applied for or an alternative, something very, very similar. Yeah, it will be there. I think you're going to be hearing in one, so one day or within 1 week, because you've got the ace, which is always one card, 1 day, 1 week. It's the first one that's
May
there.
I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can do, of course.
Do you by any chance see anything regarding my youngest son?
Yes, I do. Is he in a partnership? Here he is. Is he in a partnership here?
He's in the military.
Because I've got a girl right next to him. Somebody who's special, somebody who's connected to, and really does actually bring in a great deal of pleasure to him. He's fine, your youngest son. Does he like music a lot? Is he quite talented with music, or is it just him playing music? Because I do have
He
him.
loves to listen to music.
Yeah, it's soothing for him. But I do have him being very canny, looking all around him, being very able, I think, as well, to focus on exactly what's in front of him. He doesn't worry too much. Perhaps you're the one that does the worrying for him, Deborah.
Exactly.
And of course you
There's a
will, because
possibility he might have to have surgery on his ankle. We'll know more in 6 weeks with more physical therapy. So his attitude is, it is what it is, and I worry.
yeah, I don't think he
But
will
my
have
gut
surgery.
feeling is telling me he's not going to need surgery.
No, I don't think he will. I don't have the knife around him or doctors around him. I think he will be cared for, and manipulation with physiotherapy is going to work wonders for him. But you'll see him quite soon, I think. The next few months, he'll be there with you. Yeah. Thank you for coming in onto the show, Deborah. It's been wonderful speaking to you. And I wish you all the best with your project. Don't forget to concentrate, not reflect too much back onto the past, but think about yourself, your future, your plans. You need to do something. Yeah? Good luck with the job. Okay, I'm going over now to Stephanie. Hello. Is it Stephanie who's on the line?
Yes, it is. Hi, it's Stephanie.
Hello, hi. You're through to me, Eleanor Grace. I'm just going to have a look now into your cards too. And I will also be using this pendulum here, which is rose quartz. I'm just going to show it to you there. You can see that in shot. Now, I like to use this really, really important method of divination, because with the rose quartz pendulum, it also brings in those amethyst lights. It will bring in connections for you that I think are important. Because this is rose quartz, and because I've picked this up straight away, I want to go to your heart here, to your emotions, to relationships, and also to your heartfelt wishes and dreams. Because, Stephanie, I feel as though there's a big leap forward for you. There's a huge jump into your future, which is very special, something that you've been waiting for, perhaps angling for some time. And now it's your chance, I think, this year to really take that next step. I think the last few years have been all about preparation that is bringing you to this time. So be very much aware that you're really able to go forward onto the next phase. Do you feel like that, Stephanie? Do you feel as though there's momentous change around you at the moment?
I feel somewhat things have changed around me.
No,
Yes.
this is what is going to happen, not what already has happened. I feel that the process has only just started. So let's have a look here in your cards. Yeah, you've got the Hierophant here. So this is bringing in activities out in the big wide world. So it's being very social and networking, meeting new people, bringing in new chances for yourself, and also creating opportunities. So this is coming from within you, and that's what I feel is going to resonate for the rest of the year. The disappointments that I've got behind you have really just prepared you for this time. Yeah, I do see here as well, emotions are playing a big, big part in your decision making process at the moment. I don't see a great deal of contentment in your life. I feel as though you need something new and something quite massive to allow you to be happy. So, happiness is what you are seeking. Is that true? Are you really feeling as though you're not, completely at one with your life as it is at the moment? Because I've got so many new
Correct.
factions that are coming in. There's new love here for you. There's new opportunities within family and family matters not really having been settled. So there's an unsettled picture there. I have a sense of loss with you as well, that you're missing somebody very deeply. This could be a soul in spirit that I feel is coming through with you because I've got a protective angelic realm that is all around you, wanting to wrap you up and give you that tender, loving care. So lots of TLC, and you've got the number 5 here, which is all around you as well, Stephanie. And the number 5 just protects you and gives you a sense of being able to go forward and trusting in yourself and in your pathway, in what is there for you, which is really marvelous. And you should take the most opportunity that you can. Okay, I'm looking here at the soul in spirit. This is a male that I've got coming in, a man who wants to reach out to you, wants to let you know that he's there and he's safe. So, is your father in spirit or a grandfather? This is a male line that is around you, and I can see him up there, and we're here, and we're going to just meet in the middle now and make that connection. So, is there a
My
male?
grandfather.
Is it?
Grandfather.
Yeah, okay. And did he pass within the last year? Is it fairly recent?
No.
Okay.
A brother
Have you?
that parted. A brother that parted within a few years ago.
It's your brother then. It will be. It's a male line, male around you. Okay. Well, your brother is here, and I want him to connect to you. He's trying very hard to bring some peace around you. I
Does he
feel.
give a name? Does he give a name? I have 2 brothers that passed away, one a year
Oh, do
apart.
you? Who was the most recent? Was that in the last year? That's the person
2
that
years
I
in
have.
2019. 2019
Okay.
was my one brother that passed, and then
Okay.
in 18, another brother had passed before that.
Okay. So two together. I'm getting the initial B and also an L here, that's written sort of in the sand. So those 2 initials are important to you. I think the brother that I have is somebody who is the most recently passed, and he's reaching out to you and sort of climbing over things, to scramble to get to you. I feel as though he's very much an action man. He was, really quite forceful in his life and liked to be very vocal as well and physical, sort of very fit and physical, climbing over hedges and fences and being able to really make the most of his life. He lived a very full life, and he's now saying to you that his opportunities to reach you have finally made it. He's tried to contact you before, and he will come through into your dreams. Now, do you have a boy? Do you have a son of your own?
No.
Do you have any children? Because there's a boy
Yes,
here.
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay. Um, well,
I've,
there's a boy around you, and that's what his message is, that there is a boy. Did he leave a son? Is that what's happened?
yes, he has an adult son.
An adult son. Okay. That's what his message is, Deborah. Uh, sorry, not Deborah. I just feel that this is a message for you to either watch, yeah, it's Stephanie, either watch out for his son, because his son just needs to have some confirmation. Maybe you can pass a message to him, yeah, and just say that he was here, and wanted to make absolutely sure that you listened to him. Now I'm going to take an angel card here for you. So your relationship, I just want to go back to you. Your relationship area, because this is what's come up with the rose quartz crystal. Even though you've got a sense of lost males around you in spirit, I think you perhaps need a different platform to be able to really connect, because they're all coming through for you, and you need to know that angels are protecting you. So whatever it is that you've been through, it's not going to reoccur, certainly not this year. Now you have improving health that is coming through from those angelic realms. So if you can see the card here, you will see as well that angels are bringing this oracle message to you. And you've got to ask for help from others as well. This is another angelic card that you're being given. Now, when you've got these messages that are so clear, it really does say to you, look, I've got to do it. I've got to really make those improvements myself. And you need to communicate very, very clearly as well. And this is the angel card, messenger card of communication. And you will be feeling bright. You'll be feeling very beautiful, beautiful inside. And do you feel that you haven't got that for some reason here, Stephanie? Do you feel as though you haven't got that sense of really feeling wonderful about yourself? Is that what you're suffering from, particularly with your health?
I can't validate. No, I can't say that.
So you don't you feel as though you really need to shine on your own level in your own way? Because
Yeah,
this
of
is what
course, yes, of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
of course, yeah.
That's what I'm seeing in your heart, that you've got to allow yourself that ability to shine. Everything is improving for you, particularly in relationships. So love is coming in to your life in abundance. And I do feel that that is an area that you need to concentrate on, to make sure that you're happy, and to make sure as well that you're in control and you're in charge. Finally, now, let me just take you another card here. This is from the Victorian Tarot, and this is you. This is really quite funny here, because we are looking at how abundant your life will be. So are you actually considering a new job or a new role here? Because there's more earned income, more money that is available to you, more money coming through for you, but it's not a win or anything like that. This is about what your assets are, what you have already, and what you will gain. So is that true? Are you looking at how you
Yes,
can
yes,
improve your finances, really? I think
yes,
this is part of what I was talking about with a healing process. It doesn't necessarily have to be your physical body, but your general well-being and sense of happiness, and healing those failures that you've had in the past. We all have them, without a doubt. That's what we all have.
yes.
Again, with this card here, you've got your hands tied at the moment, so you're quite restricted, I feel, here, with what you can do, with what you can achieve. That's not your fault. It's just because of what's available and your circumstances, and externally where you are trying to promote yourself. However, you will succeed. There is success here. and you're also being wined and dined. So you're going out into society, into your community, and you do have a lot to offer. Are you in a happy relationship? Because I feel as though you've got somebody new around you and producing lots of very positive energies, laughter, there's
I've been
music.
married. I've been with my husband for 24 years.
So are you in a new phase then? Because it's whining and dining here, you're going out, you're laughing, you're joking, there's a lot more love around, there's a lot more passion connected to your relationship. So I think you're going to go for an uplift because the cards will indicate that. And it's all about new opportunities and new beginnings for you. And remember that healing sense that you need to have where both of you most probably are going through this wind of change, this cycle of change, and there's something that will energize both of you to allow you to really feel that happiness that you need. Um, in abundance. So there's a lot more exciting things. That's really good news and the best news that you can have as well. I feel also there
Okay.
is a sort of soul connection here with you, and that you will be looking at developing your own ability to connect psychically and also within a mediumship level, a psychic development level. You're quite intuitive here. You've got good senses. You judge people very well, and you can communicate very much more positively if you are more confident about what you're seeing and hearing. So continue now with developing those psychic senses, because I think there's a lot there for you. So there we have it, Stephanie. It's been
Can I
wonderful.
ask a question?
Very quickly, we're coming to the end of the show. What's your question?
Okay. I would like to find out about my home. I mean, if there is an issue with my home, I want to make sure to know if you see me keeping my home. What do you see going on?
All right, let's have a look. Well, there's authorities here that have the last say, the Emperor. So I feel that it's a tough situation. It's a legal situation as well. You've drawn justice, but hey, there's going to be a judgment in your favor. Best of luck with that. And thank you. That's my pleasure. Thank you for joining me here on A1R Psychic Radio, Moonstruck TV. I will see you exactly at the same time next week. Have a great week, won't you? Bye for now. See you then.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Soul to Soul with Medium Kelly Kristen. Live from MediumKellyKristen.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Soul to Soul
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Soul to Soul. I am your host, Medium Kelly Kristen, and as always, it's amazing to be here with you tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel like I have so much I want to tell you, but I want to get it all in before we take our caller. First thing, if you join my Facebook page at Medium Kelly Kristen, I am doing a giveaway for a free reading. It'll be a 30-minute reading, and it'll be your choice, psychic or mediumship. But the kicker is you have to join by Friday. So sorry about that. It's kind of short notice, but join tonight, join tomorrow. I'll put your name in a drawing. I can tell who just joined, and off we go. So that's one thing. Another thing is I need your help with something. You know how I'm always talking about the weather. Well, I'm going to actually Minnesota soon, specifically Rochester, and I'm sure that we have callers on here tonight from Minnesota. But here's the thing. It's, I think, 80 degrees there today, and then the day that we're going, it's snowing. So I have no idea what to pack, what to bring. And remember, I'm in California, right? So we're like kind of the desert here. So I know it's going to be kind of cold. But if you guys message me, I would love that. You can do that on my Facebook page, on my website, on the A1R Psychic Radio Facebook page, wherever you can find me. That would be amazing. And also, if you have any suggestions for where to eat, I never pass up a meal. I would love that. And if you're putting, just one thing, if you're putting things in the comment right now, just so you know, I can't see that right now, but I will look after the show. That's one thing that's really hard for me because I'm a teacher by profession. So we're always taught to, look at the feedback from our students, are they understanding the material? And this is so hard for me because I feel like I'm always just talking to myself. Anyway, that's where you can find me. I would love any help on the weather, what to bring, and maybe things to do, places to eat. Another thing I want to talk about is my class coming up. I did talk about it a couple weeks ago. It's going to start in May, and it's for everybody and anybody. I know there are a lot of you that come on and you talk about you're kind of just, going through your spiritual awakening. You're interested in this. To take my class, you don't have to be or want to be a psychic medium. It just, if you have an interest. And this one is going to be on psychic development on the clairs. So you can find that on Eventbrite. Under my name, Medium Kelly Kristen, Soul to Soul, psychic development, the clairs, or on my webpage. That's probably easier. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you a discount code right now for that. So it's Soul 23. So SOUL 23. And I really hope you'll check it out, and I would love to have you join me. So I hope I didn't take up too much time because I know we have a caller. Hello, Jade. Is it Jade?
Yeah, it's Jade.
Hi. And you're from Australia?
Yeah, I'm from Australia.
Oh, beautiful. How are you tonight? Or is it the morning there now?
It's morning here.
Yeah.
But I'm good, thank you.
Oh, good. Very good. Do you have, what kind of reading would you like? Do you have a question for me? What were you thinking?
I honestly don't know. If you have anything that sort of just comes to mind, the only thing I sort of have really to ask is we have 4 children. We've been in our house for quite some time. We're not sure when we're going to be able to get the financial resources to upgrade our home. So we're wondering when or what year or what does that look like, or will it happen for us?
Okay. All right, let me just kind of feel into that just a second. So you have 4 children. You're wondering when you'll have the finances to possibly upgrade your home. Upgrade your home. And if that'll happen. All right. The very first thing I feel on that is that it will definitely happen, but it's almost like I see this like marathon instead of a race. So it almost feels like either you'll be doing this a little bit over time as money comes in, Like say, the kitchen and then do another room later, that kind of a thing. And I wonder
you
if you
don't
have
see another house?
Oh, well, I was going to get to that. Yes, actually.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you mean when you say upgrade? Do you want to move to another house?
Yeah, we have a 3-bedroom at the moment, and we're sort of just, crammed a little bit into the small house. So we're just hoping to get a bigger house.
Okay, I misunderstood you. I thought you meant you were wanting to renovate. So this makes more sense for me because what I did see was what I was going to say is moving to a different house or moving to a different house. So either making this one bigger, but if that's not an option, then I feel like it will be to a different area, a different house. But it also does still feel almost like that marathon. So taking maybe a little bit longer than you anticipated. But I feel like there is actually some reasons behind that. And I feel like part of it is for the children. I know a bigger house would probably be better suited for the children, but it almost feels like there's something that if you move directly to a bigger house that they wouldn't be able to do. And I don't know if you would understand that. It almost feels like, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say if we move to a bigger house, it would be because of the children. Is that what you said? I just missed the last part.
Yeah. So what I meant is, I do see the move. I do see a bigger house, right? But it almost feels like it'll take a little bit longer than you might think. And I feel like that is because there's either money going toward the children. Like, do any of them have something that they do that's expensive? It feels like you would be giving that money more to what they're doing instead of moving to a bigger house. Okay. All right. So I do feel like it'll happen. I do not feel like it's this year. It feels like it's almost like, savings. I'm sure you are already saving, but it almost feels like it'll take a while because of putting your efforts into what the children are doing now, if you can understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally
but it almost feels like the house where you live now is, even though it's 3-bedroom, it feels, which is big. It feels cozy though. It feels like a home. It feels like you're not doing without. Would you understand that?
Yeah, that's true. That's
okay. So if you can just keep that in your mind's eye, I guess, that it will happen, but it just, might take a little bit longer. But the trade-off is that your children will be benefiting from it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And yeah. And I feel like I'm picking up, have you started doing anything on a spiritual journey yourself?
A little bit. I've sort of started changing a little bit of my lifestyle, and feel like I'm just having a little bit of an awakening, if that makes sense. I need to, I'm just changing a lot of things in my life, and it's really weird. It's funny that you say that.
Isn't it funny? Right? I can feel that for you. It feels very much like you have a lot of support actually from the spirit world. Like I feel like you have a lot of, your guides are stepping in. And I see like a door, and I feel like it was shut, and I feel like this door is opening wide now. And that's just all you have to do. All you have to do is step through it. Right? Would that make sense to you? I mean, I don't know if it makes sense to you, but that's what it feels like to me. That's what it looks like. And it almost feels like it just happens naturally. Right? So I feel like you might dabble in different things and check different things out. Not that you want to be a psychic or a medium, but I feel just kind of getting more in touch with your true self and with your soul. That feels really good for me. And I wonder if you would be open to actually, I don't know. It feels like you maybe are still wanting to hold on to some things, and some of these things feel kind of heavy. And I feel like you might feel like you have an obligation to hold on to them. And I just want to say that it can be really freeing to let them down, right? To put them down, put these things down. It almost feels like you are almost comfortable with them, and you want to hold on to them. You feel like you need to hold on to them, but I wonder what would happen if you just put them down for a while and see how you get along without them. It feels a lot like
interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. So my dad passed away about, I think, 2019. We had a really strange, I mean, he grew me up till I was a teenager, and we had a really strained relationship from then. He got cancer and had a battle with that over the years, and then passed away in 2019. We didn't leave, he didn't leave on good terms. I tried my hardest to reach out and have a connection with him again, and sort of, I don't know, I was just sort of shunned a little bit. And I was always very confused why that was. So I never really got closure and wasn't invited to his funeral and stuff like that. So I think that's a big reason why I'm changing the way that I have been living my life. I'm not sure why, but some things just don't make sense to me to continue to live my life the way that I was. Not that it was necessarily bad, it was just maybe I had priorities in the wrong places. And it's just woken me up to thinking, like, you know, life is short, and, you know, I feel like I'm almost traumatized by that experience of not having that closure.
Yes, I understand that. And I'm so sorry we are running out of time, but I do want to tell you that that is absolutely, I feel like what your dad wants is like there to be no feeling like words are left unsaid. And I would love to continue this. If you reach out to me on my Facebook page, Medium Kelly Kristen, I'd love to continue this. I'm so sorry, Jade, we're out of time, but it's been so lovely reading for you, and I wish you the best.
Thank you. See ya.
Thank you. Okay, thanks, Jade. All right, thank you, everybody. I'll see you next week. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
A1R Psychic Radio is pleased to announce that John Capello has joined us. John Capello and the Psychic Side, live from johncapello.com.
Hi, I am Psychic Medium John Capello, and I want to ask you to join me every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Central Time, for my show, The Psychic Side. It is an informative show about developing your personal psychic abilities. I hope you will tune in here on the Ask One Radio, Psychic Radio Network, and Moonstruck TV.
Amazingly accurate, clear answers to any question. You'll love Suzanne Marie readings. Clairvoyant reader and spiritual light trance medium. Tarot is used for spirit confirmation. She's been a spiritual reader for 30 years and would love to be able to bring accurate, clear, visionary readings for those who seek answers. Available online and phone. Call 320-455-2303 or email readingsbysuzanne@gmail.com. Suzanne Marie. Check her event page for specials.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Susanna Medium with Susanna Hershaw. Live from SusannaMedium.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Susanna Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, my lovely friends. Thank you very much for joining me for another brilliant, beautiful, loving, I wanted to say exciting, playful, insightful, empowering session with me here on the Ask One Radio Network, A1R Psychic Radio, and Moonstruck TV. I am your show host, Susanna Medium. Yes, and it's always 9 letters, ZSU, ZSA, NNA, Medium. This is where you can find me everywhere. So it's good to be back. I hope you are all very well, wherever you are. You are here or there on any part of the earth here. So we love the beautiful energies and the beautiful vibes. So I really, really hope and trust, not just hope, but trust that you bring that loving energy to your heart as well. That is the most important thing what we can do these days. So my lovely friends, today I'm going to take one caller because I was really looking forward to being back here and talking to one of you, the one lucky one who is getting through. Now, if you feel that you would like to talk to me or find me right now, come to my Facebook page, which is Susanna Medium, where I normally or usually do a Friday evening open session, so you can sign up for that opportunity to get a reading with me, or alternatively you can book a private conversation, a private reading. So I tell you what, there are quite a lot of interesting things happening. I know I was not here for a week or two, and you see, Spirit is always putting us where we need to be and doing and empowering us and encouraging us what we need to do. And quite unexpectedly, I ended up doing various courses and all the different fields I would normally not endeavor to or embark on. But I really took on everything. And, you know, when you are a very creative person and you like your music and you like your colors, and then you end up doing something on your computer, and then one screen is not enough for you. So I have been working on 2 parallel screens, computers in front of me, and doing and designing and writing and writing. And then I tell you what, that's a very, very exciting place because, you know, we can do the talking. So if you have been listening to these shows, there's a lot of talking going on, but then now we are sailing on different oceans and different, not just seas, but oceans. So check out my pages. It's susannamedium.com. That is actually being just updated right now. But right now, everything is on Facebook. So go there, come there, and let's continue the conversation. And why I'm saying this, because usually I don't have time at the end of my show. So here we go. Today, I am going to talk to somebody beautiful. Oh, it's a different Scotland. It looks like I was suddenly thinking it's the Scotland where I am. It's a different Scotland. So lovely. So Margaret, I'm going to talk to Margaret in Hamilton in Scotland. So Margaret, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Good to have you here. So what shall we do today? You know, I didn't bring any cards, but then we are going to have a little chat. So what is really happening with you? How would you like me to work?
Through just if there's any relationship stuff coming up.
Okay, so relationship. No, okay. So I tell you what. Okay. So if you can hear me, just give me a yes or a no, or I don't understand. Oh, I don't know what she's talking about.
I can't hear you.
Perfect. Now, you know, when you said the word relationships, it was showing me that things are really upside down, you know, like everything is up in the air. And then it's not just the relationship we are trying to, like, you know, we are trying to bring the energy in, but it feels like feels that amongst many, many things you are keeping yourself busy with, relationship is like a balloon, and you are keeping it over there. And then you see, I am noticing the way how I speak, because normally I speak very, very fast, and very quick. But then while I'm working with your energy, it feels like as if I'm not taking my breath. And then I'm as if grasping for a little breath of air. And, I want to think about this, and then I need to do that. And my energy is a little bit all over the place. Shall we start in this way? So would you understand that, please?
Yes.
You do? You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, first of all, Spirit says that for you, it's even the worse, because I'm feeling very, very, very much in your, so you are very much in your heart, very much in your soul. There's a lot of love and a lot of kindness. And it feels like you have been keeping yourself very, very quiet, very, very quiet for quite a few years, if you understand that. And the Spirit is also talking about 3 candles which you lit. Would you understand lighting 3 candles, please?
No.
No? Okay. They are talking about 3 individuals, 3 different energies, and then it feels like every time when we are entering a relationship or when we were there, we thought that was the world for us. But it feels that it's, there is a big space around you when it comes to love conversation. Now, let's see. Now, what Spirit says that when I'm getting to, because it's quite interesting how they are showing me the space with you or the space around you. When I'm getting to March and April, that is the way where I feel that you will be invited to a gathering, and then we are feeling a little bit reluctant to go along. But then what Spirit says that, yes, you need to take that journey. It feels like when there is an opportunity coming to your way, you feel that, I need to concentrate on what is immediately in front of me. And I just don't have the energy, or I don't want to upset those people who are around me by me taking a different journey or a different trip. And then as if you are talking yourself out of the opportunities, not the possibilities, but the opportunities. And what Spirit says that, come on then. And then what I'm feeling energetically, there is a gentleman in spirit consciousness, feels a father or grandfather energy for us. And then it just gently, actually more than just gently, like pushing you, come on then, go on. Because the way for you to welcome love, how beautiful, welcome love in your life, is that you need to take one step forward so that Spirit can show you the opportunity and show you the individual, the person taking one step forward. But on this occasion, as you are moving forward now, you need to take that step, And then what I feel is that it's not just where we are getting to or whom we are meeting, but what kind of relationship we are talking about objectively, but then you needing to have that courage within yourself. Then when you say that, what, I am just going to have a really, really good time. I'm just going to go along. I'm invited. People want to include me. It means that your energy is needed. You need to be there, So we cannot afford to pull ourselves back and to hold ourselves back. Okay. So for you, I feel in this conversation, the most important thing is not necessarily naming one person, this is what it looks like, although I feel that by May and June, there is somebody else, and June, July onwards, it's a different energy around relationship for you, romantic relationship. But then for you, taking yourself on, just giving yourself that light, that encouragement, that love. And, sometimes it takes that we need to talk to ourselves. And then what Spirit says that we are very much listening to your conversations. All those words, what you have uttered, what you have said, all the kindness and the compassion have been going to other people and other situations. And it's like endless and endless. And I know earlier I used the metaphor of the ocean, but your love and your kindness is like an ocean. And then many, many drops have been given to the ocean, through you, through your love. And then now what Spirit says that now it's time to, like when it rains, catch one raindrop, and catch another one, and catch another one. And bit by bit, giving yourself that energy, that encouragement, that, it is my time, it is my springtime, and then it is my I want to see, I want to know, I want to be bold enough. I want to be there, just listen to those people who really care about you and care for you. I feel that there are 2 or 3 people who are very, very close to us, and then they are really keeping their eyes on your friends. It feels like a smaller circle of friends because they are showing you things and they are using, even though how I hear the words, what they are saying to you is that you need to take it seriously. So if somebody's paying you a compliment, then, I take it, thank you. And even if you have a different opinion or you want to say something else, or you want to talk yourself out of that, then you know what, actually step into that different realm, step into that different conversation that, it's I'm enjoying it. That's my journey. I have always been on my own path, on my own journey, and I have been busy with other people and giving energy and encouragement to other people. And it's like the ocean. Work with that energy, work with the water energy. What you have given out is not wasted because Spirit has been holding like tanks of water. That is what I'm hearing, energetically, metaphorically, for you. What I feel is it takes one step, and then what you have, okay, how we are changing the steps here, because 1 minute here, Margaret, okay? For you, moving forward has been 1 step forward and takes 2 steps back. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. And what Spirit says now, turn the patterns, put some other music on, which is actually making you 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Because you get into that twirl of, what, actually, I'm quite enjoying that people, oh yes, actually, how wonderful people are complimenting and saying beautiful things and giving you the encouragement. You need to have that internal conversation with yourself. Your energy is going to change. I feel that before Easter, there is a shift of energy, and then when we get to the May and June time, then let your hair down, because anything else and everybody else can be taken care of, what you are looking after, What I feel the female energy is mothers, grandmothers, great-grandmothers energy, loving energy, holding you in grace, and then they are hearing your prayers. So this is what I need to, one more time, just like a final thing I can say to you. So Margaret, I hope I could help you in this very, very quick conversation. How beautiful that we could talk. Feel free to send me an email to hello@susannamedium.com, and I would love to talk to you if you would like to take up that opportunity. So thanks very much for being here, and the rest of the viewers and audience. It's been good to be back. Thanks for tuning in. Follow everything everywhere. Tune into all the other shows. If you want to have your own show, come on board on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV, and find all my details on my pages. And from this space, I'm sending you lots of love, many, many blessings, and lots of hearts and lots of love. So here we go. See you next week. Thanks very much.
To announce that John Capello has joined us. John Capello and the Psychic Side, live from johncapello.com.
Hi, I'm psychic medium John Capello, and I want to invite you to go to my website at johncapello.com and learn more about my work. My career has spanned over 30 years, and I've had the privilege to share my psychic and mediumship abilities with thousands. I hope to hear from you soon.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Understanding Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Understanding Spirit. I wanted to do a third eye chakra exercise and speak to you a little bit about how you can combat any visual problems when you're meditating, and also if you're losing focus. But before I get into that, I do have a gentleman who's presenting to me, and I will describe him, and if somebody is watching, if the message is for you, you will know. This gentleman, he has dark hair, he's got a bit of grey through it, he's wearing a suit and tie. He is coughing and constantly clearing his throat. He's very fidgety, and he is coming through. He wants to apologize, and he's possibly got some heart problems as well. I feel his apology has to do about an affair that he had, and he wants to say that he didn't know what he was doing, that he was on a bit of a power trip and not thinking clearly. The message that he has for this person is, bless her pure heart, she was always too good for me. He's handing you roses, and he is telling me that he will see you soon when it's time, and he's going to meet you at a place where you used to meet, and you know where that is. So whoever this is for, he's coming through with a lot of love and remorse, and he's constantly putting his hand on his chest as well. I'm not sure if he's got chest-related health issues, but as he's putting his hand there, he's also doing it in gesture with a lot of love as well. Okay, so I will leave you with that, and hopefully that resonates with somebody who watches the show today. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go into the meditation, the chakra exercise. So I will just get you to sit comfortably in your seat. And we'll just quickly place some protection around you. So I want you to visualize a white ribbon of light wrapping around you from head to toe. Now I want you to visualize a white light of protection around you. So you see yourself sitting in a bubble of white light. Start to feel yourself going into a meditative state, and slowly allow yourself to drift to your third eye chakra. I want you to start placing all of your focus there now. And I want you to ask your guide to place all answers to your question on the movie screen that is in your third eye. Your screen is white. As you're seeing that on your third eye, I also want you to start thinking about a question that you would like to ask. Start to see any visual cues coming onto your screen. You might see colors, you might see images, you might see words. Keep asking for additional visual cues. Keep focusing on your screen. Keep relaxing in your breath. If your mind wanders, if at any time you feel that it's your mind and not a guide, you can always try to alter the screen. If you can't alter your screen, you know that this is guidance from Spirit. The Spirit will never allow you to change the way they look or how they present themselves to you. But if it's your own imagination, of course, you will be able to change that. When you feel like you've received as much information as you can, just thank your guide. Ask your guide to clear your visual screen. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. This is a third eye chakra exercise that you can do at any time. We are working through it faster for the purpose of the time frame we have for the show. However, it's pretty simple to do, and you can practice it as often as you like, and you can take longer. You don't have to do it in a shorter time frame. If you are having problems visualizing, there is a technique that I use and that I also teach, and that is to have a look at something or imagine something. I always use the flag, patriotic, and of course we all know what our country's flag looks like. So you can visualize that. Or you can look at something that's in front of you. Could be a book, a vase, a chair, cushion, really doesn't matter. Just focus all your attention onto it and just keep looking at it. And when you feel you've absorbed all the visual information from what you're looking at, close your eyes and continue to see it in your mind's eye. Hold the vision there. And when you feel like you've got a strong hold on it, I want you to open your eyes and I want you to project it outwards so that you can continue to see it in front of you. This will strengthen the ability for your third eye to hold visual cues for as long as you need them. If you have problems focusing and concentrating during a meditation, always go back to breath work, where you breathe into the count of 4, hold it to the count of 4, and release the breath to the count of 4. Do this at least 5 times. Center yourself again and start again. All right, that doesn't matter how often you have to do it. And, you know, initially you should only meditate for short amounts of time anyway. But to practice focusing, you can do it incidentally as well. One way is, you know, if you're out doing your grocery shopping, as you're walking up and down the aisles, with each step that you take, count to 10 and then bring yourself back to 1 and count to 10 again and keep doing that. Of course, what happens during that time is that you can't think of anything else because you're constantly counting, and that helps you to stay focused. So they're just a few tips for you to help you with your visualization and with meditating. And if you have any questions for me, you can contact me on maryvcircle@gmail.com, and I will answer your questions as soon as I can. Thank you for joining me today on A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. And I hope you've enjoyed this exercise today and you get something out of it. Remember, keep practicing. And I hope that somebody was able to connect with the spirit that came through today. It's come through with a lot of love and a lot of remorse, and wants forgiveness, and is watching over you with a lot of love. So good luck with everything, everybody today. And remember, just keep smiling and putting out positive energy to everybody. Good karma every day. So thank you very much. And hopefully I will see you next week, and we will continue learning and understanding spirit. All right.
Amazingly accurate, clear answers to any question. You'll love Suzanne Marie readings. Clairvoyant reader and spiritual light trance medium. Tarot is used for spirit confirmation. She's been a spiritual reader for 30 years and would love to be able to bring accurate, clear, visionary readings for those who seek answers. Available online and phone. Call 320-455-2303 or email readingsbysuzanne@gmail.com. Suzanne Marie. Check her event page for specials.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Energy, Healing, and Spirit Talk with Tammy Petricelli. Live from TammyPetricelli.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Energy, Healing, and Spirit Talk
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, good day to you. It's Tammy Petricelli from Newark, Delaware, little state of Delaware, and I am so happy that it's a beautiful sunny day here. I hope it is a beautiful sunny day or evening wherever you are. So before I take a caller, this is Energy, Healing, and Spirit Talk. So I want to talk a little bit about the energy of numbers, okay? So the energy of numbers. We are getting ready, beginning in May, to enter the second quarter of our personal year. So how do we figure out our personal year and what does that mean? So basically, we always go to single digit numbers, 1 through 9, unless we're dealing with 11, 22, and sometimes even a 33. So you want to take your birth month, your birth day, and the current year. So this is 2023, and that's 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 2 and 3 is 5 and 2. So it's a 7-year energetically. But for you personally, your year may change. It changes every year, and it may be different than, of course, the universal year. So my birthday is January 20th. So that's a 1 and a 2. So we're adding 3 to 7. That's 10. We take away the 0 because we go down to one number, and this is a 1 year for me. What does that mean for me? It is a manifestation year, okay? This is a year for me to put into effect, get the wheels rolling on what I want to manifest in my life at this time of my life. So what you can do is figure out what year this is for you, and then you can do a little research to find out how that affects you. So you want to kind of really work on, for the next 3 quarters, whatever year this is for you, whether it's a difficult 5 or 6 year that you need to work through some things, if it's a 9 year where you need to finish some things, to get ready. So last year was my 9 year. So what happens is that 4th quarter, you're supposed to set yourself up for the incoming year. And I did that before I even realized I was in a 9 year. Okay, so I hope that gives you a little bit of a leeway into a little project for you this week, looking at what the energy of the numbers in the universe have in store for you for the rest of the year. So I understand that we have Anissa, and she is in, I believe, South Carolina. Hi, Anissa.
That's
are you
correct.
with me? Hi, how are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
I am fine. Anissa, how can I be of service to you today? Do you have a question for me, or would you like me to connect with a loved one on the other side?
I think connect with a loved one.
Could I have the name and the relationship, please?
Eunice, my grandmother.
I feel that I do have a woman coming in. This woman lets me know that in her personality that she was very traditional in how she lived her life, but her mind was progressive. Do you understand that?
Yes.
because she makes me feel like, although she did traditional woman roles, she was a a good mother, grandmother, daughter, sister, whatever, that her mind, should she be born a few decades later, would have really worked for her, because I feel like she did have a progressive thought process. She also makes me feel that she was a soft-spoken woman with her way she spoke and with her words, but that she was she may have been soft-spoken, but it was kind of like speak softly and carry a big stick. Do you understand that? Where she didn't have to yell or be loud or obstinate in getting her thought across. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So that is this Eunice, please. This is definitely your grandmother that we have?
Yes, it sounds like her, yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So she also tells me that she spent many years single. Do you understand that? So either widowed or estranged. Do you understand that?
No.
It's okay if she wasn't. Okay. So, there may be someone else coming in. I want to address Eunice. Oh no, she corrects me and said that she passed first. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. She also makes me feel that she did live into a long life. She did not pass young. She also grabs her chest, and I take that to interpret that there were chest, lung, or heart issues for her. Do you understand that?
Maybe. We don't really know. She was just older and passed away in her sleep.
So they would normally just say that it was natural causes. Okay.
Right.
Okay, perfect. Because by grabbing her chest, it may be that her heart stopped. Her heart stopped. She just shows me, she just grabs the chest. So she may have actually not completely passed in the sleep. She makes me feel that there was a point where she woke up and knew that this was transition time, but wants you to know that it was peaceful. Okay.
Okay.
Would you understand, Eunice, either didn't drive or not liking to drive, or drove?
Yes.
Either. You understand that? Okay, thank you. Because she shows me not wanting to get behind the wheel. Just her way of a little bit of confirmation, technical difficulties here in the studio. Some confirmation to make sure that we do have her. She tells me to tell you and your sisters. You have 2 sisters, please?
No.
Does she have 3 granddaughters?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I interpreted it as sisters. She's talking to the 3 granddaughters, that she sends so much love and that she's watching, but she thanks you for coming in and asking for her, because she realizes, she's showing me flowers, that there is reason for celebration. I say celebration. So whether that's her birthday, anniversary, or a transition date is a celebration to them. So would you understand that date, anniversary of one of those dates, is coming up, please, or just happened?
Yes.
Thank you. So she's aware. She's also aware. Would she have always carried a hanky, please?
Yes.
And would she be the one to engrave it, or did she have a special one that had engravings?
We actually had one engraved when she died with all her information on it. Everyone in the family has one.
Beautiful. Well, that just gave me chills, because she shows me that handkerchief. And I thought engraving was the wrong word, but you corrected me that it was the right word. I need to listen to spirit more than myself. She is aware of that. They do attend their own funerals and their own services. And she thanks you for that, because that was so special. She said it was a special part of her life, and now she knows that everyone has something special from her life, and she really, really thanks you for whomever planned that. Was that your mother that planned that, please?
No, my aunt.
Your aunt, so her other daughter. Okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, spirit is never wrong. Interpretation can be. I just see that it was her daughter.
Right.
She's also wants me to tell you that she's very proud of you. Would you understand just you either completed a certification. I don't know if it's just now did it, but I don't know if you have a college degree or a business certification, but there's a congratulations that she wants to extend to you, and it has to do with either career or education.
Okay, yes.
Was that recent?
Kind of, yes.
Okay,
Less
so
than a year.
since her passing?
Yes.
Then that makes sense. Okay. This is her way of letting you know that she did not miss it. You may have felt she missed it, but she was there. And you do feel her around you, don't you?
At times I do, yes.
Yes, you do. And does she make her presence known? Do you recognize that she is making her presence known with a bird?
Yes, all the time in my yard.
Okay, thank you. And
I get confused. I have lost a lot of loved ones, so I never know who, but there's always red birds in my yard.
Well, she is telling me that it may be more than her. They may be all coming, but that she definitely comes through to let you know that she is with you with the idea of the bird. And someone had the bird in life in the family, a pet bird?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I see a bird in a cage, so I'm not sure where we're going with that, but she just sends so much love and says that she's always with you. So Anissa, thank you so much for calling in. And I hope that made sense to you and that you felt the love of your grandmother Eunice with you. Okay. All right. Thank everyone for coming in. I'm going to pick a quick card for the group for watching. Hello from heaven. Isn't that what we're about? So I'm just going to hold that up so that when you pause it, maybe you can read it. And hello from heaven. And I will see you next week, same place, same station, same time. Energy Healing and Spirit Talk with Tammy Petrocelli. Mwah. Thank you guys. Namaste.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Vancouver Island Media with Terry Lynn Boyle. Live from terrylynnboyle.ca.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Vancouver Island Media
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
On this lovely Tuesday morning, I'm Terry Lynn Boyle coming to you from Vancouver Island, Canada. And this lovely creature next to me is Nicole Natras. Nicole is an expert in self-care and how to get there. She's an expert in journaling. She's a dramaturge. She's a playwright. She's an actress. She's done a couple of one-woman shows. What was the Mamahood one?
Mamahood Bursting into Light.
Yes, Mamahood Bursting into Light. And then her most recent one is Suddenly 50.
Yes.
Because you're suddenly 50.
Suddenly 50.
Yes. So today, unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing any readings. I am under the weather and have been for like 2 or 3 weeks now. It's ridiculous. And it's not COVID. So, or else she wouldn't be here. So, Nicole, you have a book that is out, and this is Nicole's.
Yes.
This is called Just the Two of Us by Nicole Natras.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us about this book, Nicole.
Sure. I just want to say, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. I have the privilege of knowing Terry Lynn Boyle. I wrote an article in medium.com about this amazing woman here. Because she is truly a gift, and it's an honor to be here. And I just want to take a moment to welcome everyone and to thank you all for joining us today. You know, life on Zoom and on online is an interesting life, and I know it takes what it takes to get here. So I just want to acknowledge that and thank you all for doing whatever it takes to join us today. I'm here to discuss a little bit about what my work in the world is, but also I'm here to spread some love on Terry Lynn Boyle, who hasn't been feeling well for the last while. And just to get to know you a bit, my background is as an actor, performer, playwright, as well as an addiction counselor. So I have these two worlds, and my professional expertise really draws on those two worlds. And for a long time, as many of us kind of figure out where our paths take us, I wondered, how do these things relate? And what I realized is that they relate really, really deeply. Part of my gift in the world is sensitivity and creativity. And so as I go into my 50s, I'm feeling a sense of mastery. And part of that mastery is to write and share my work in a book called Just the Two of Us, A Soft Place for Tender Hearts to Land. And really, this book is about how we use journaling and creativity to heal ourselves, to become more aware, to uplift others as well. So a lot of my work is about really tuning in to yourself, just as Terry Lynn tunes into others when she gives readings. As a counselor, I'm lending that lens as well. And so today I just want to talk a little bit about creative journaling and offer you some insights and exercises maybe into how you can deepen your own practice and your own intuition.
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay. So creative journaling.
Yes.
Okay. So journaling, I know, because, I get up every morning and I write down a few things on a piece of paper in a book I keep, right? So how do I get creative? What is creative journaling? Explain that to me, please.
Well, I think creative journaling is a sense of play. And, when we see young children, we recognize that they automatically have access to this intuitive place of playing, right? And as adults, we can kind of lose touch with that. life becomes serious, and as it does, or we're dealing with different challenges, different obstacles in our lives. And so creativity and getting back to that creative journaling is really about delighting yourself. How do we get back to that sense of play? And so it might be through adding colors in your journal. It might be using images. It might be using watercolor. It's basically the idea that the journal is that soft place to land. It's that container. So anything goes on the page. I'm really about not having any rules or right or wrong on the page. So I always say, guess what? There are no journal police. So there's nobody coming by, there's nobody coming by to check your work and to really get away from this idea of what we learn in school, which might be we all have to write in the lines kind of thing. So it's really tuning into yourself. And one of the things that I'm really curious about right now is creative alchemy.
Oh, that's an interesting thought. So, see, I knew what creative journaling was because I took her course. And she really helped to open me up as far as journaling went, because I was raised in a time where we all had to be perfect, right? So I have a different way of journaling now. I use crayons. I have my own box of Crayolas that my grandchildren are not allowed to touch. So I use my Crayolas. I have markers. I have stickers. I have 100 journals in the store, but I go to the dollar store to get a cheap journal so I can do whatever I want. And it's big.
So it kind of looks like this.
It does. Yeah. Except mine has crayons.
Yeah. Yours has crayons on it.
I have crayons all over it. Yes.
Part of that idea of landing on the page and allowing ourselves to play is actually supports our brain. So when our right hand is working on the page, it frees up the other side of our brain that brings in new ideas and our intuition. And so a lot of people maybe don't know that journaling has now got a lot of scientific research and data that shows what happens to our brains when we take the time to write down on the page, whether it's doodling, right? It's not about what we're actually writing. It's about the act of doing it. And a lot of the studies show that when we engage doodling or drawing or writing down on the page, it's like a massage for your brain.
Okay. So, okay, I have a question for you, because I want to get to this creative alchemy too, right?
Yes.
But, and this might be a segue into it, right? We're good at that stuff. We do improv, eh? So, I have, let me grab it. It's right back here. I have what I call my my reading book. That's not what I call it, but I'm not going to tell you what I call it. So anyway, when I'm doing a reading, I sit with a pen. I have my book, and I look at this. I write, right?
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily write names or anything. I doodle.
Yep.
I
get information.
Is that what I'm doing? I guess I don't know why I do it, and a lot of it is just. Do you know what I try and do? Is I try and draw a perfect square, a cube.
Oh, cool.
I mean, and I can't. I start them all, and see,
That's pretty perfect. That one.
No, they're not good at all. I do them all the time. So this is my brain getting massaged while I'm doing a reading.
While you're getting all that information, it's also a way of you tracking. And so journaling is also, it's a window into ourselves, but it's an outlet, but it's also a container. So part of that creative alchemy is, if I'm creating a container, what we know about creative alchemy is that it's a transformational experience. It's substances coming together to create another substance. So when we think about using it in our journal, it's like if I'm taking all the elements of, say, a situation in my life that's troubling, maybe it's an obstacle or maybe it's resistance to something, and I start adding elements, I start adding color, I start adding images, I start adding stickers. What I'm doing is I'm softening what's on the page.
Oh, yeah,
And then I can go further with that, and I can actually change the picture. So it's almost like rewriting, right? Rewriting the story of what's going on. And so first, what I will do with creative alchemy is I'll make a choice. Let's say I'm procrastinating on something. I know nobody here procrastinates on anything.
Never.
But I actually had this experience where I recognized that I was procrastinating for a significant amount of time, which got my attention. And so I made a choice. That's step one in creative alchemy. I made a choice. I'm going to write this down. I'm going to face this, even if I feel fear. And I felt kind of silly. Like, why am I afraid of this? There's some kind of resistance going on. The second thing that I did was I looked at what I did on the page with all my messy writing. And I thought, how can I soften this for myself? How can I express to myself some self-compassion, right? A lot of us talk about self-compassion, but how do we really practice it? And for me, it's not in my brain. I can see it on the page, and I might take yellow, or I might take a color that I'm really drawn to. You know, color has a profound impact on the brain. So I might take a color and I might just trace around it. I might circle things that are important to me on the page, like, that really hit me. I'm upset about that. And then I do the third step, which is I soothe myself. So how do I soothe myself on the page? Again, I'm delighting myself. I'm taking that time to honor, witness, and validate my experience. You know, a lot of us go through life waiting for people to give us permission for things. Like how right? Waiting, or if someone could see me here, or if someone could help me with this. And for me, journaling is taking that time, whether it's 5 to 15 minutes, to really honor and validate myself. And you know what happens? 3 weeks later, or 2 weeks later, a week later, I'll open up my journal and I'll go, you know what? That doesn't bug me anymore.
Oh.
To me, that's the power of creative alchemy. And I think we use it. We use it all the time. It's like when we're in the kitchen and we're baking a cake. And some of us need a recipe and some of us don't. And we mix all those ingredients and out comes this beautiful cake. I think in any kind of creative process, that's kind of creation in itself, right?
Well, I agree 100%. I just lost my thought. It went over there.
It ran.
It
That's
did.
what happens
I
when you're
know.
sick.
I know. Yeah,
Feel
when
for
you're
her.
62.
62.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
She's complaining about 50. 50 is amazing.
50. I have had the privilege and honor of having many readings by Terry Lynn. I also feel very privileged that she's been able to support our family through some really, really difficult times. So appreciative of that. And this gift that Terry Lynn has is channeled through such love and such sensitivity. And, you know, it's such an honor. I was thinking back of how long we've known each other. 10 years?
20, longer than that.
Longer than that.
2011.
14. Oh, my goodness.
2011.
Wow. Terry Lynn has been known to come over to my house when I say, I feel some strange energy here. Would you come over and do a clearing for me?
And I have.
And the answer is yes. If you are looking for more, kind of more guidance in terms of your own journaling practice, you know, there's so many ways that you can kind of explore that. But I just want to share one journaling exercise or a journaling prompt with you today. Is one of the ways that I like to start my day is just to even take 5 minutes and ask the question on the page, what is going well for you right now?
Oh.
And that really kind of grounds me. I don't know about you, but I'm not necessarily a morning person. As a parent, it's one of the things that I had to learn very quickly was to be a morning person. And one of the things that really helps me is to just take time to go, what is working well for me right now? It kind of lands me in gratitude. It lands me in appreciation, but it also puts me in the focus of being in the present, in the now, right? And then if you want to explore it further, you'd say, how do I feel right now? And then a third writing prompt, how do I want to feel right now? Right? So then even just those 3 simple prompts, a lot of myths about journaling is this idea that, oh, I need an hour every day, or I'm not going to be a good journaler. Again, there are no journal police. If I manage 1 to 8 minutes in my journal a day, I'm doing great. I don't have to manage that. Sometimes I can do that when I'm driving in the car. What is going well for me right now? Oh, well, I'm feeling this way, and I like this color red on me today, and I'm feeling excited about going to spend time with Terry Lynn today.
So you don't have to write it down?
No.
Oh.
No, because journaling is like meditating with a pen. So you can also take the pen away and just be like, again, that positive affirmation, right? Of this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking. So if you don't have the time to do it, a lot of us don't. We're busy. We're multitasking, amazing creatures. You can just take that moment to check in with yourself,
So here I've been beating myself up because I don't spend 30 minutes or an hour with my journal. And I mean, I drive around, I do a lot of driving. So I'm like, okay, so what's going on today? What am I doing today? So I've been journaling all this time and I didn't even realize.
Well, that might be a little bit of a stretch there,
Terry. This is my story.
But it is about, again, taking that time. That's part of that self-care that we can do, right? And that is connected to our spiritual self-care. Right? Emotional, mental, spiritual self-care.
That's when people come into the store and I talk to them about, they're looking for a daily spiritual practice. I don't know what to do. I'm lost. And, okay, so oracle cards, meditation, these kind of things. And what I tell them is to start a daily spiritual practice, get up 30 minutes before you normally do. Go get your oracle cards, have them ready, get up, go to the washroom, and then come back, sit, put headphones on for 10 minutes and listen to nature, the water, rain, fire, whatever it is that you need to listen to.
Yeah.
And after the 10 minutes, go get your cards, shuffle them up, pull a card, get your journal right in there. It takes a matter of 30 minutes. Now, ask me how many mornings I do that.
How many mornings do you do that, Terry?
So today on our show, we have Nicole Naptress.
So you know what, again, we want to watch out for that perfectionism, right? Because when we're putting those expectations on ourselves, what ends up happening is we end up feeling bad. So how likely are we to go back to that pattern if we're feeling bad? Which is kind of, I want to bring it back to this idea of, what is your relationship like to your journal?
That is exactly the point.
Color.
Exactly.
Stickers.
Yes.
Like you want to, it's like going to the gym. I go to the gym where I like the music, I like the atmosphere, I like the people, I like all those things. So we want to remember that enjoyment is that motivating factor, right?
Right.
And, there's so many great journaling practices. I happen to be a member of the International Association of Journal Writing. It's a great community. There are so many either courses that you can take, go at your own pace. There's free journaling exercises. Part of this idea of connecting us all internationally to a community that can share different resources is so, so important. Like Moonstruck, right? It's the same idea of being able to connect internationally is incredible.
Oh, yeah. No,
Wow.
Moonstruck TV and A1R, psychicradio.com, amazing that they're able to connect. Because, I've done readings in Morocco, in Finland, or Denmark, I'm not sure which, down in Ecuador, all over the United States, in Scotland and Ireland, in England, and all over Canada. It's just been a great, it's a great medium. Did you get that? To help us all connect globally.
I feel like that was a real Canadian moment.
Sorry. Sorry, it's my sickness here. It's not completely straight here. So
yeah, it is an incredible medium.
So you have a course that you do online, though, isn't that right?
I do.
Yes. Tell me about that.
I have an online course. It's Go at Your Own Pace. It's through the International Association of Journal Writing. It's called Creative Journaling for Self-Care. I have books. I've been really fortunate that during the pandemic, I wrote a book, but I was also asked to contribute to 4 new books. Like,
wow.
I know, a chapter.
Why didn't I know that?
I don't know. It's a chapter in each book, which is really exciting. I also offer e-courses. So if you don't want to engage in an online course, you can have options that come into your email every week. And I offer coaching. So I have a whole bunch of different options that people can tune into if they want. And the other piece is you can also spend some time for yourself thinking about what you are interested in. And you can Google different writing prompts. So if you are interested in self-care, put it in Google, self-care writing prompts, and see all the writing prompts that come up for you. But if you're looking for guidance, I'm also available for sure.
Yeah. So I had that other thought. My thoughts are chasing over there. I think I'm going to walk over there after the show and everything is going to.
Let me see if I can channel that thought.
So if you haven't noticed, Nicole is a very good friend of mine, and we've been friends a long time, but she's taught me quite a bit about, because I did take her creative journaling class. And the one thing that I know I've been hearing you say, I know that we both agree on, is that there is no wrong way. Like I said, 30 minutes, blah, blah, blah. But that's only if that's what you do. If one day you do it for 5 minutes, then you do it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
If one day you're at an hour and 30 minutes, well, you're at an hour and 30 minutes. But if you ask 10 people one question, the same question, you're going to get 10 different answers. That doesn't mean that none of those people are wrong. It just means that everybody has their own opinion and everybody has their own way of doing things.
Yeah.
So just take what resonates from each one of those people, and that's your answer.
Yeah.
There is no wrong way. It's just a different way.
Yeah. And everybody has their own unique path. The whole idea is that if you start, then you find out what works for you, right?
Exactly. And sometimes it's a real hard thing to start, right? That's where I have issues, because for whatever reason, and this is, I'm working very hard on my self-care, but for whatever reason, sometimes I feel like, oh, well, I should brush my teeth. Well, I don't deserve to have clean teeth, or that's kind of an exaggeration, but sometimes we don't think that we deserve to spend that time journaling or meditating or doing something for ourselves.
And we can have that self-sabotage, right?
Yes.
And that self-sabotage is just, it's old hurt, right? It's old unworthiness that comes up that kind of says, well, I got to put other people first. I've got to do this, do this, do this. A lot of us do that as parents, right?
Yeah.
Where we're always putting everybody else first. It's challenging that way, right? But if we can stop and remind ourselves, like, hey, if I'm taking care of her, I got to take care of me at the same time, right? It's like having that balance.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's something that, I think it's kind of like my generation, we always put ourselves second. And we were taught, you have to be perfect. It doesn't matter what's going on the inside, but the outside needs to look perfect. The house might be a mess, but somebody's coming over. We shove everything in the closet and under the beds, because it has to look perfect. So it's taken a long time for me to realize that I don't have to be perfect, and I really don't want to be perfect. That's a lot of stress.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure, hey?
And it's taken me a long time to be messy in my journal. And now I'm super messy.
Are you really?
Super messy.
No.
And it's so freeing. She knows exactly I am. It's so freeing to be messy. I don't know. You can't see that really. Maybe you can. It's just freeing, again, to color outside the lines.
Oh, I know what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's okay to be angry and write in your journal.
Oh, yeah.
There was one time the lady, I don't know if it was you or not. I can't remember. It's somewhere in my travels throughout the years. Someone told me that I needed to have like an angry journal. So I went to the dollar store and I got an angry journal. I made it the prettiest possible journal that I could possibly have. And it said Carpe Diem on it.
Yeah.
And so what would happen is she said, whenever you're angry, go get this journal, write a sentence or two, but that's it. And then just let it go. So, I'd go get my journal. I get mad at my husband or something. And well, Steve's a jerk, and I'd set it down and I'd walk away, oh, the grandkids, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they did this. Oh, they just made me mad. I'd close it and I'd go walk away. Was it you that told me that?
No.
Oh, well, it was a good idea though.
But I think it's a great idea. Again, I think it's that that journal is that soft place to land. So we have to recognize that we are allowed. What an amazing point is that we are allowed to get angry in our journal. And guess what? Nothing bad happens. No one gets hurt. You know, we can, if something's upsetting in our life,